relocated the camera. I'm over at one of the beds getting it ready. I'm not going to till it up today. I have a small tiller that will fit inside this bed. But before I start that part, I have to get the winter's leaves and sticks out of here. I have to pull out what's blown in, and then I have to start the process. I don't cut the weeds off, I pull them because I want the root base. And if you allow these weeds to stay, if I allow them to stay in the garden, they will multiply. And I've always, made the statement that weeds are messengers. You know, if you have a lot of dandelions in your yard's telling you it needs calcium, right? So what the weeds are telling me is this bed is neglected. And the longer I leave it, let me pull up another weed here. The longer I leave it, look here. Look what's growing out of that. You see that those fine feeder roots? Let me pull another one here by the board. Oh, look at that one. That's a good illustration. You see? That's what happens. The longer they stay, the more damage they do. And I'm going to tell you, serving the Lord today, I cannot allow things that are unlike Christ to stay in my life. They will do damage, and I can't get rid of them by myself. I have to pray. I have to read my Bible. I have to ask the Spirit of the Lord to help me. My spirit is willing, right? But what about my flesh? It's weak. And some of these weeds are lethal in their power to reproduce. Look at this. Watch when I touch this leaf. You see all these little poppers coming off? Look at them. You see them? See them popping out? Listen, if they get to this stage, what they've done is they've reached an age of maturity, and now I go to pull it, and when I go to pull it, it shoots 20 or 30 seeds out from it. That's the power of your influence. I'm going to tell you something. If God saved you and God's given you an opportunity to serve Him, you ought to use your testimony, your life for good. If you start letting down your standards and your convictions, you'll be like this weed. And you know what? Your negative will just spread. Everybody around you feels that cynicism and that skepticism. And what you've got to say is, God, you take that out of me. You pull that out of me. I want to be used. Now, we're going to come back to this bed, and we're going to plant in this bed. We're going to till it, and we're going to plant. But today, I'm just going to leave you with this thought. Let's ask God to help us today, that we want to be better believers, better Christians, and I don't want to leave something in my life till it bears fruit and it begins to explode with its influence on other people. I want to use my influence for good. Thank you for being with us. God bless you for your friendship, and thank you for joining me in the garden for the good news of the gospel.